I don't know whether you've been watching the television this morning, Guy. All news is about Mr. Trump, really. Everything
That's
surrounds
unusual. I
surrounds.
haven't this morning, but I've
Well,
picked
you've
up the
missed a
flashes as
treat
they've
this
been.
morning. It's it's the inaugural meeting of the Board of Peace.
Really?
Not Board of Peace, not as in I'm bored of peace now, but the Board of Peace.
That's why China, Putin,
Yeah, I mean, I always
North
think
Korea, they're all there.
when he talks about peace, my mind always goes back to that film, The Producers. You know, when Mel Brooks is marching around the stage and saying, "All I want is a little piece of Poland,
Okay.
a little piece of France." Anyway, what I would call what I've headed like Emperor Trump's Board of Peace. I just thought you'd be interested to know who's taking part so far, who's signed up to this, and who hasn't. All right. So
Okay.
shall I list some
Yeah,
names
give us
for you?
some headlines.
So
Go for it.
from the Middle East, you've got such peace-loving administrations as obviously Israel is in there to start with,
Mm-hmm.
Saudi Arabia, United
Good.
Arab Emirates,
Excellent.
Qatar, Egypt, Jordan, Bahrain, Kuwait, and Morocco.
All
So
right.
they're all
Good
in.
contingent from the Middle
Yeah.
East. Yeah.
And from Asia, you've
Mm-hmm.
got the peace-loving nation of Pakistan,
Excellent.
Turkey, who've been bombing the Kurds for the best part of the last 30 years, Indonesia, who aren't short of a few, Vietnam, who obviously did a lot of money, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Armenia, and Azerbaijan. Of course, Armenia and Azerbaijan are on the same stage. They're one of his 9 wars that he's solved, although he calls it Azerbaijan like he did yesterday, as a tribute to Bjorn Benny, Annafrid and Anno, I've no doubt.
Well, he did call Greenland Iceland, but that's another story.
Yeah. So that's Asia. Obviously from the Americas, United States, Argentina and Paraguay. And
Okay.
we're a little bit low on the European contribution.
Right.
From Europe, we've got Mr. Orban from Hungary, Mr. Putin's mate. Belarus, that well-known peaceful nation that brothers with Russia and in Mr. Putin's pocket. Kosovo, who obviously they liberated from Serbia, or they were liberated. They declared independence. Remember, Tony Blair went there, didn't he? Because he was in office with Bill Clinton at the time when they liberated Kosovo. Albania, which I think
it's empty, isn't it? They're all over here.
Yeah, and Bulgaria have signed up as well.
Okay, Bulgaria.
Yeah, so they're all well known at the moment because he's asked Vladimir Putin to sit on the Board of Peace as well. And he's supposedly studying the details, but he's said that he'll only join because to be on this Board of Peace, it's like when you join up to one of these streaming services, the Board of Peace, you can have a 3-year free trial, but then if you want to be on there any longer, you've got to stump up $1 trillion, which goes into this fund that Trump has control over. So they're all signed up at the moment, but they've got to pay their dues, otherwise they get kicked out after 3 years.
One would suspect they might see a bit of a dilution in membership in sort of 2 years, 9 months, something like that.
Hopefully he won't be there in 3 years' time. But Russia are looking at it. But Putin has said he's only going to do it. He's only going to sign up if he agrees to, if the $1 trillion comes out of those sequestered funds that are held in the West, the Russian funds that are held in Western banks, the ones that we were looking to use to.
Well, first of all, that wasn't $1 trillion, but anyway, let's not split hairs.
No.
Yeah.
So, and the people that have declined, I should say the United Kingdom and Keir Starmer are currently expressing concerns about the fact that Vladimir Putin's been invited to sit on the Board of Peace. Yeah, on the Board of Peace. Surprisingly, but this was before he made his speech, which I think we're covering somewhere else, at Davos this week. Canada were, in principle, in favour of joining, but still negotiating conditions. I don't know whether that's changed. That may well have changed. And those nations who've declined, France and the Norway, Sweden, Denmark, not surprisingly, Denmark have declined, and Slovenia. And we're still waiting on a response from the Vatican because he's invited the Pope to sit on the Board of Peace. I don't know quite where the Pope would go. Would he sit on Donald's right hand or Donald's left hand?
Maybe just be in charge of the opening prayer.
Yeah, yeah.
But
So
okay. Do you think it's a bit like a gentleman's club where you need a proposer and a second? And who's proposing, Mr. Putin?
thank you, Mr. Lukashenko.
Second?
I mean, I don't know. That's the trouble, isn't it? I mean, it reminded me this morning when he was saying how wonderful it was, and they've got a founding executive board, which the usual suspects are on. You know, they're going to be so busy, aren't they? Marco Rubio, Jared Kushner, and Steve Witkoff are on the founding executive board, and there's a few others. Our man Tony Blair.
I heard he
signed
was
up
roped in, yeah.
I don't know quite what he's doing. He seems to have lost his mind, Blair.
I
don't
thought
know.
he was on the Gaza interim
Well, this
committee.
is the Gaza
is
thing
this-
initially.
Oh, I see. This has consumed it, has it?
Initially, I think so. I think it's had the other one for lunch. So yeah, this is going to sort Gaza out completely, and then it's
Right.
going to move on to other issues because obviously he's settled 9 wars.
Yes.
So
indeed.
but the Kushner, Witkoff, and then there's a few other people. I'm quite surprised. A gentleman called Ajay Banga, who's president of the World Bank. Not quite sure what he's doing.
Maybe he's going to look after all the trillions.
Well, I'm guessing so. There's a guy
You
called
need a treasurer. You need a treasurer, don't you, on a committee?
Do you think he's going to take the subs? He's going to collect the subs at the end of the evening and help clear
He's going to go around.
help fold the chairs up.
Oh, no, that's not the treasurer. That's premises. Okay.
And then there's a guy, this sounds familiar, the guy called Mark Rowan, who's CEO of Apollo Global Management. Sounds like a personal friend, doesn't it, really?
Okay.
Robert Gabriel Jr., who's the US Deputy National Security Advisor, he's on there as well. And there, I don't know quite what the founding executive board do in comparison to the main members. Because the suggestion's been put forward that this is Trump throwing his toys out the pram because he doesn't like working through the United Nations anymore.
I was going to say the United Nations might be slightly concerned.
Yeah, especially if they're taking. Well, I don't know whether he's asked. There's no suggestion as to whether he's asked President Xi yet. One would have thought he would have been top of the list.
Notable absentee, I would say. Quite a big player.
Yeah. And as I say,
can I just say something? I'm a bit worried about is Trump the chief executive? Is he the overlord?
I think he is the. I mean, the actual structure of the thing is a bit vague.
Good.
Because I think it's one of these things that I don't know whether Trump goes to the pub, but it's one of these things you can imagine late on a Friday or Saturday night when you've had a few Stellas, and you've knocked a few back, and somebody says, "Well, I know how to sort out the world. What about we should have a board of peace?"
Okay.
And I think that that's the details of this, as in a lot of Trump things, have yet to be decided.
Okay.
And I think we're heading into unknown territory. But
I just think that it's not going to work unless they get someone to lead it with a silly name. Because if you think about it, the United Nations, we've had Boutros Ghali, Kofi Annan. Sorry, Kofi, you're a good bloke.
Yeah.
And Ban Ki-moon, wasn't it?
Ban Ki-moon, yeah.
So you've got to have a name that to us Brits, and I do apologise, but us Brits sounds what?
Well,
so
there's
they need
enough
somebody
silly
like
names
this
in the States, isn't there? So you'd think they'd be able to find somebody there who can head it up.
Yeah, so I just, I'm trying to be helpful here and propose, so that's my contribution.
I'd be very disappointed if most Western nations don't just give this a very wide berth, because I think it's a load of old nonsense. I think
it's the we're considering it answer is the long grass, as the civil service would say.
Yeah. I won't be interested to see. I don't think anybody's actually. If I were Kemi Badenoch, I think I'd have asked Sir Keir Starmer at PMQ whether we were going to be joining the Board of Peace. because I think he's probably going to. I mean, all we're considering it, but we've got concerns with regard to. I mean, are we going to be on it, or are we not going to be on it? And what benefit is there to
Yeah.
us other than
If there's a flat membership fee of $1 trillion, then we haven't got it. So that's right, rather straightforward, isn't it?
Yeah, as you say, it's like one of those clubs, the gentlemen's clubs, which just trying to think. The Liberal Club was one, wasn't it? And there's a few others, but we shall wait and see what the
As
Board of
always.
Peace does with Gaza for first
Yeah.
first up.
Peace.